Mayor Laura,
Present.
Vice Mayor Parsons,
Present.
Commissioner Lindenberger,
Present.
Commissioner Warren.
Here.
Commissioner Vasquez is absent. We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Invocation.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to come and pray. It's always a privilege to come to the City Commission meeting and to have this opportunity. So thank you, and God bless all of you, and hope you have a great meeting tonight. Let's pray. Lord, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for the snow and the moisture that you've blessed us with. Thank you for this Thanksgiving season as we move into Christmas. We're just so thankful, Lord, and grateful for all you do for us. I pray your special blessings upon this meeting tonight. Bless all of our city commissioners. Thank you for them. Thank you for their service. I pray you'll give them wisdom tonight, the wisdom of Solomon, the courage of David, and yes, the patience of Job. And Lord, most importantly, give them your love, the love of Christ. And Lord, help us in all that we do in our city. Lord, help our city manager, all the leaders in our city. Bless them with good health and strength. And Lord, help our city of Liberal to be a great place to just have you work in our lives and in our community to be a blessing to help people. And I pray your love would be spread everywhere, Lord, that people would see. And Lord, help us to live up to our name of Liberal, to be very generous and loving and caring and kind as a community. For it's in your precious name we pray. Amen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pastor.
Moving on to item number 1, awards, proclamations, and presentations. Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 2, the approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lindenbroker and a second by Commissioner Warren. Any further discussion? Seeing none, cast your vote. Motion passes. Moving on to item number 3, minutes.
Make a motion to approve the November 14th, 2023 regular meeting minutes as printed.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lindenbroker and a second by Commissioner Warren. Any further discussion? Seeing none, cast your vote. Motion passes. Moving on to items from citizens. Are there any items from citizens? Seeing none, we'll move to item number 5, items from groups. Are there any items from groups? Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 6, the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as printed.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lindenbroker and a second by Commissioner Warren. Any further discussion? Seeing none, cast your vote. Motion passes. Moving on to item number 7, update on ordinance for demo of 809 North Pennsylvania.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, a month ago, we had a public hearing on the demolition of 809 North Pennsylvania. Mr. Rubidoux appealed the resolution to demolish the property. You guys gave him a month to take certain steps. As of today, code enforcement has went by there. He has completed the minimum steps. He has the property cleaned up. The portion of the deck that was falling down has been removed. The house is secured. The little storage shed came off the garage, and the garage is secured. So he has met the minimums that you guys asked him to get done before we came back in a month. So before you discussed now setting like a 3-month timeline and giving him another series of objectives to obtain.
Keith, what other issues that are there that need addressed in its
Well,
code enforcement?
The house is substandard. There is some structural damage that's gonna have to be repaired. It's gonna have to have a new roof placed on it. It's gonna have to have the outside weatherized and the siding completed the whole way around. And then once the roof and weatherization are taken care of and the structural problems are taken care of, the house is gonna have to be rewired, replumbed, re-HVAC'd. I would recommend that we set a more exterior requirement for him to get the roof and the house, the siding, completely weatherized from the outside and the structural stuff repaired. And then worry about the interior stuff such as the electrical, mechanical, and plumbing at a later date.
How much time?
3 months?
Mr. Ruben, does that sound like enough time for you to get the roof and the structure outside of the property taken care of?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Does anybody have any objections on the city council with allowing him to proceed in that manner?
Any of the structural repairs, do they involve the outside walls of the house? I mean, you're talking about re-siding and,
So there,
so is
the
that,
house is
you don't have to redo that when you do the structural
The
work?
house is partially bricked. There's some weatherization missing around where windows were put in, and you can see from the outside that the structural wood around the window, which I'm sure goes down into the wall, is deteriorated. So there are some 2x4s in the structural wall that will have to probably be repaired.
Can you work with him and identify those so he knows which ones we're talking about?
I think that can be done from inside, though, if
Okay.
the outside is.
Yeah, that was my concern, is you don't want to have to do that twice.
Yeah.
So we're, first meeting in March? My math off?
Sure. First meeting in March?
Works for me.
Sounds good.
Get with the
Okay. So that's all we needed on item number 7. We'll bring this back on the first meeting in March. Moving on to item number 8, ordinance 4606, vacating the Millennium Edition.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, this ordinance before you is to vacate an entire plat. This property is located between Tucker and 83 Highway north of Walmart up there. It was platted in 2007 as a commercial addition. The owner, the plat doesn't work for what they're wanting for. They have stores looking at it, they're wanting to build, and the plat, the way it's platted prevents the way the stores need to be laid out. So the owner has filed a petition with the city clerk and requested to vacate the entirety of the plat and take it back to just one singular property. So this ordinance requests that. It was approved by planning and zoning, recommended to send to you to vacate on November 9th.
So the way I understand it from visiting with you is that we're not gonna have to go back in at some point and replat this, right?
If they ever decide to split it into more than 2 chunks, it will have to be replatted. That can be done after the fact, but from what I'm being told from the owner, they're gonna build and develop it, and we're gonna get some more commercial business, and it shouldn't need
Okay.
replatted unless
Okay.
they decide to sell some of it off.
So all we need to do is approve the ordinance to make that happen, then, right?
Yes.
So I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 4606 vacating the Millennium Edition.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Commissioner Lindbroker. Is there any further discussion? Any discussion from the public? Seeing none? You get it?
Got it.
I did not this time.
I got mine already.
All right, everyone cast your vote. Can you cast mine in favor? Okay. 4-0, motion passes. Moving on to item number 9, ordinance 4607, special use daycare at 554 East Pancake Avenue.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, this ordinance for special use, as you know from past, a daycare is not allowed in any zone of the city, just because somebody wants, it has to be special use in any zone of the city. This is a currently operating church building that is fully remodeled and ready to go. They're applying to add a special pilot program, one-room daycare to this. I believe I got the drawings attached. It would be just a few children. I think it's less than 24, up to 25 at a maximum of children. But the Planning and Zoning Commission on November 9th voted to forward this on to you with their approval.
And the corrected ordinance has been, it's not on the website, but it was corrected.
When are you gonna start taking children? How soon can you start taking children?
I have children now, I'm a daycare provider, so we're just gonna transition from home location to, as soon as you guys approve, I've already been approved by others, and I have to submit it to the state, so within 30 days,
Good.
we can go ahead and transition into location.
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 4607, special use for daycare at 554 East Pancake Avenue.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Vice Mayor Parsons. Any further discussion? Any discussion from the public? Seeing none, cast your vote.
We appreciate it.
Much needed. Yes. Every time we need more daycares. The next two are you? Yeah. Okay. It'll be short.
4-0, motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to item number 10, the ordinance number 4608, the STO.
All right, Commissioners, I'll address this and the next item as well. Every year, we adopt new ordinance books that are put out for city code enforcement. The STO is the standard traffic ordinance. Just simply codifies all of Kansas state law, which are traffic type infractions or misdemeanors, and puts them into a book that's updated and concurrent with Kansas law. Alicia is required to keep 1 or 2, I think, on hand at City Hall at all times, and then they put these out and we adopt them. So I would request that you guys go ahead and pass ordinance 4608 to adopt the new regulations in that book.
We can make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 4608, approving the 2023 standard traffic ordinance.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Commissioner Lindbroker. Is there any further discussion? Any discussion from the public? Seeing none, cast your vote. 4-0, motion passes. Moving on to item number 11, ordinance 4609, the Uniform Public Offense Code.
Very similar situation. New books are put out by the league every year. This just adopts the criminal offenses that are misdemeanors that city court can enforce. As such, I'd ask that we adopt ordinance number 4609 as presented.
Make a motion we adopt ordinance 4609 for the Unified Public Defense Code.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lindbroker and a second by Vice Mayor Parsons. Any further discussion? Any discussion from the public? Seeing none, cast your vote. 4-0, motion passes. Moving on to item number 12, city staff.
Will you go over the dates for the breakfast and the stuff we discussed today? I've already forgotten them.
So we will have the breakfast on this, and this is for all staff, and you guys are invited, December 14th. And it's at the Blue Bonnet Building, starting at 7. Is that correct? Are we starting at 7 or 8?
Between 7:30 and 8.
So 7:30 and 8. And then we'll go for a couple of hours. And then, do we go ahead and talk about the citywide event? We're looking at having a citywide event. We don't have the final stuff, but we will let you know on that.
The 13th. The day
That's
after
the
the convention.
13th, we're looking at the 13th for a citywide event for all city employees as a thank you for working for us and,
Last year, we rented the movie theater and had the employees come in and they watched Buddy the Elf, the self-made version. But this year, we're looking to take them bowling, so I think we said 2 to 4, and the 13th was the target date.
Okay.
We'll also do and I forget, for longevity, do we do paper checks or do we, okay. That'll also be that week. I can't remember if Jeff handed them out last year or if we just gave them to him. I think we had Santa Claus doing it for breakfast. Okay. So.
Okay, the bowling thing is when the,
What was that, Kent?
the
So
13th,
the 13th is the target.
2 to 4.
I'm not saying
We're
that.
finalizing the details, so if that changes, I will send you guys an email or give you a call.
And one reminder, Saturday's a Christmas tree night. I've got your sign ready if you wanna get in the golf cart. I can put the doors on it if we need to.
I'll be traveling that day.
Okay, all right.
Unless Jeff wants, we could always put Vice on there.
yeah, nobody wants to see the vice mayor. They only want to see the mayor.
All right. Any other city staff? Okay. Moving on to item number 13, city manager's report.
So city manager conference this week starts tomorrow. And then we have 4 department heads graduating from the Certified Public Manager course. It's a year-long course that provides them the lifelong credential as a public manager. That'll be held in Lawrence, noon?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, okay. So if you find yourself in Lawrence on Friday and you'd like to come congratulate our 4 graduates, Matt Quint, Steve Carroll, Brian Fornwalt, and Alicia. I know several of us are gonna go, but if you find yourself there, you're more than welcome. It's usually held in the Capitol, which is a great venue. We get to go into the house, and that's where they do it, but whatever reason, KU cheaped out on us this year, and we're stuck going to Lawrence, but. The mayor and I discussed it. The final meeting of the year, which is December 26th, we will do virtually via Zoom. There's only going to be 3 items on that agenda. That's the budget amendment, the transfers, and the write-offs. But just to ensure that we have a quorum, because that's our last chance to do it, and the publication schedule, we're just going to send you a Zoom link so you can do it from wherever you are, in case you get snowed in or you're busy. you can just hop on Zoom for 15 minutes and we'll get that knocked out.
What day is that?
It's our
Tuesday.
normal
That'll
Tuesday.
be Wednesday or Tuesday, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Right after
I guess I should know it was
Christmas.
a Tuesday, yeah.
Okay. That everything?
Unless you have questions.
Any questions? Moving on to item number 14, items from commissioners.
I'm good.
Thank you to staff. Appreciate all you do. That's all I have.
Yeah, thank you, staff. Chris, you're gonna have to say something at the next meeting, because it might be our last time, if we're gonna be on Zoom
That's
for the
right.
other one, so. you
I'll
skip-
prepare a 20-page speech. Makes
Okay.
our
There you
meeting last
go.
longer.
All right. Now I'm in trouble with everybody. But thanks, staff, for everything you do. We appreciate it. It looks like your pole decorating picked up a little bit more this year, I think, didn't it? There are more poles decorated and bigger decorations, and we can hope that the wind doesn't come up, because some of them look like they could catch a little wind. But I've noticed that looks to me like a lot more this year, so.
The one Jana put up is a little sketch, but.
Well,
Hey, so, speaking of polls, you know, the city launched Polco, and Keely put out the first animal control survey, and we had 337
Oh, wow.
responses and 16 pages of comments. And then she released another one yesterday, so there's a lot for us to talk about and to kind of digest as we move through that. But great engagement, probably the best engagement we've had of any poll probably ever, but first one was very successful.
And you say we can see those results?
Yeah, I can, she or I can forward them to you.
For us
Has it-
technologically.
Has the first one
challenged?
closed? Okay. I got it in a PDF, so all you got is,
You want them
Tap
to
it
print
to
it off for you?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'll figure out how to get there. I'll probably lose it when I find it, and I'll have to find it again,
I'll text it to you and then you'll have it.
but,
Okay.
Get you a stone tablet all chipped out.
yeah, you can check that, yeah.
Well, I mean, he does do cement, so we can make it happen.
I don't know anything else.
All right. For whatever reason, I keep getting sick before these meetings every Friday, so I'll make it nice, short and sweet, and that way we can have short meetings too. Just thank you to the staff. It's good to see that the community's engaging in information, both in the town hall and just in the polls we're putting out. And then I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving, and we'll see everyone at the next meeting. Thank you for all you do. That's all I've got. Moving on to item number 15, vouchers.
I make a motion that we approve the vouchers in the amount of $1,965,571.59.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Commissioner Lindbroker. Any further discussion? Seeing none, cast your vote.
Did it thingy?
Nothing for you?
I didn't either.
I got mine.
Didn't you?
No.
Do you want me to reset it?
That's okay. I didn't say yes.
Okay. 4-0. Motion passes. All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all.